On the morning after Christmas in 1996, a 6-year-old girl was found dead in the basement of her own home. Before her body was discovered, a ransom note had already been written. It was 2.5 pages long. Inside the house, using paper and a pen that belonged to her family, the note demanded $118,000, the exact amount of her father's recent bonus. There were no signs of forced entry, no clear evidence of a break-in, and nearly 3 decades later, no one has been convicted. What really happened inside that house in Boulder, Colorado? It was December 25th, 1996. The Ramsey family spent Christmas evening at a friend's party. Later that night, they returned to their home in Boulder. JonBenét had reportedly fallen asleep in the car and was carried upstairs to bed. Sometime between midnight and the early morning hours, something changed. At 5:52 in the morning on December 26th, Patsy Ramsey dialed 911. Her voice was frantic. She told the dispatcher her daughter had been kidnapped. A ransom note had been left on the back staircase. Police arrived quickly. But the situation was treated as a kidnapping, not a homicide. Friends were called to the house. Neighbors arrived. People moved throughout the rooms. The ransom note became the focus. The note was unusual. It was not brief. It was not rushed. It filled 2.5 pages. It claimed to be written by a small foreign faction. It warned the family not to contact police. It instructed them to await a phone call with further directions. And it demanded $118,000. Investigators quickly noticed the significance of that number. It matched John Ramsey's recent work bonus almost exactly. The note was written on a legal pad from inside the home. The pen used to write it also belonged to the family. After the note was written, the pen had been placed back where it belonged. Whoever wrote it appeared calm, unhurried, comfortable inside that house. Hours passed. The ransom deadline came and went. No phone call came. Around 1 p.m., police asked John Ramsey and a family friend to search the home again. In the basement, behind a latched door in a small storage room, John Ramsey made the discovery. JonBenét's body was lying on the floor. She had been strangled. A cord was tied tightly around her neck. Part of a broken paintbrush handle had been used as part of a garrote. There was also a severe fracture to her skull. The kidnapping theory ended instantly. This was a homicide. From that moment forward, the investigation intensified, but crucial hours had already passed. The crime scene had been compromised. Multiple people had walked through the house. Items had been moved. The body had been carried upstairs after it was found. Evidence that might have been preserved was not. Public suspicion quickly turned toward the family. The media coverage was relentless. JonBenét had been a child beauty pageant contestant. Photos of her in stage costumes and makeup were broadcast nationwide. The case became a cultural obsession, and the questions multiplied. Investigators considered the possibility of an intruder. Supporters of this theory point to several details. There was a basement window that had been broken previously. Unidentified male DNA was found in JonBenét's clothing. Some believe someone could have entered the home and hidden inside. In 2008, the Boulder District Attorney formally cleared the Ramsey family, citing DNA evidence that did not match any member of the household. But the DNA sample was small. Its source remains debated. Was it left by the killer? Or could it have been contamination from clothing manufacturing or handling? Even today, experts disagree. Others believe the truth was inside the home. Critics of the intruder theory point to the lack of forced entry, and they ask why an intruder would spend the time necessary to write a long ransom note. Why remain inside the house, and why request the exact amount of John Ramsey's bonus? Some investigators theorize the fatal head injury may have occurred first. Perhaps an accident, perhaps a sudden blow. Then panic, then staging. But this theory has never been proven. In 1999, a grand jury voted to indict John and Patsy Ramsey on charges related to child abuse, resulting in death. The district attorney declined to prosecute, stating there was not enough evidence to secure a conviction. The indictment remained sealed for years. Speculation also extended to JonBenét's older brother, Burke Ramsey. He was 9 years old at the time. Some theorists suggested a childhood altercation could have escalated, but no direct evidence has ever conclusively tied him to the crime. He has denied involvement, and no charges have ever been filed against him. Like the other theories, suspicion exists, proof does not. The unidentified male DNA remains one of the most persistent elements of the case. It does not match John Ramsey, Patsy Ramsey, or Burke Ramsey. Advances in forensic science have raised hopes that genetic genealogy could one day provide answers. But as of now, the profile has not led to a confirmed suspect. For some, the DNA supports the intruder theory. For others, it raises more questions than it answers. More than 25 years have passed. No one has been convicted. No one has been definitively charged. The house in Boulder still stands. The ransom note still exists. Thousands of pages of investigative records remain archived. A 6-year-old girl was found dead inside her own home. On the morning after Christmas, a ransom note written from within the house, a crime scene compromised in its earliest hours, and a mystery that has never been resolved. Was it an intruder who slipped in and out unnoticed? Or was the truth contained within those walls from the beginning? Somewhere in the details, the answer exists. But for now, the death of JonBenét Ramsey remains one of the most haunting, unsolved true crime cases in American history. And the question remains, what really happened that night?